I knocked on one bathroom door. I came on the first night.
I'm going to move to strike everything after.
You were asked by Ms. Vasquez why Mr. Depp won't or can't look you in the eye. And she played a tape in which Mr. Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again." Do you recall that?
I do.
Johnny!
Have you participated in Aquaman 2?
I have. I fought really hard to stay in the movie. They didn't want to include me in the film.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Were you ultimately able to get to film in Aquaman 2?
A very pared down version of that role, yes. I was given a script and then given new versions of the script that had taken away scenes that had action in it, that depicted my character and another character without giving any spoilers away. You know, they're two characters fighting with one another, and they basically took a bunch out of my role. They just removed a bunch.
What, if any, effort did you make to negotiate a higher salary for your participation?
I couldn't renegotiate my contract.
And why not?
Objection, this calls for hearsay. Johnny! You testified that this is a picture you took after that incident, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, that was one where he grabbed me.
And hit you in the face so many times that you don't remember.
That's correct.
And there's no injuries to your face in this picture, are there?
Not that this picture shows.
There's no medical records reflecting that you sought treatment after this alleged incident either.
I did not seek medical treatment at this time.
You testified that you were also with a liquor bottle in Australia, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes.
You testified you bled from your as a result of that.
Yes.
There aren't any medical records reflecting that you sought medical treatment for any of these injuries, are there?
I did not seek medical treatment after Australia, no.
Not for the rape?
No.
Not for the cuts?
No.
Not for the injuries to your face?
I didn't need to.
Johnny!
Then Amber is on the mezzanine level of PH 5, and she starts shouting at him. They're saying horrible things to one another. You, he's calling her used up, or she was calling him old and fat. I leave them in the kitchen to go up the stairs. I was trying to calm Amber down, hopefully get her back into my apartment, and Debbie had come up with me. Debbie was his nurse at the time.
Debbie Lloyd?
Yes, I believe that was her name. Debbie, Amber, and I are all on the little mezzanine. Johnny then hurls a Red Bull can and it hits Debbie in the back. She didn't even react. She didn't really seem to notice. I'm standing up there talking, I'm at the top of the stairs with my back to the stairs, and that's when Johnny runs up the stairs. Again, I'm facing Amber. He comes up behind me, strikes me in the back. I hear Amber shout, "Don't hit my sister." She smacks him, lands one. At that point, that's when Travis runs up the stairs. But by that time, Johnny had already grabbed Amber by the hair with one hand and was whacking her repeatedly in the face with the other as I was standing there. Travis pulls them apart. I get Amber into mine. I close the doors behind me and lock them. I hear Johnny's voice shouting, "I hate you. I hate you both. You." And I hear crashing. I hear crashing and banging and smashing, and he starts screaming like an animal. I then just moved Amber into the next room, and I just kept her there all night.
Johnny! You spoke about donating your divorce settlement on a Danish TV show.
$7 million in total was donated. I wanted nothing.
This interview was in October of 2018, after you had received the full $7 million of your divorce settlement for Mr. Depp. The $7 million divorce settlement was paid to you in full by February of 2018. You said that you had, quote, donated nothing, your entire divorce settlement to charity.
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I filled
Heard,
those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question.
What's
Try to
your
answer
question?
my question. Donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another.
But I don't. Ms. Heard, that's not my question. As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU, to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
I have not yet. Johnny sued me.
And that's because you did want something.
I didn't want anything and I didn't get anything.
You wanted Mr. Depp's money.
Didn't get it, wasn't interested in it.
You wanted praise for donating the money. You wanted good press.
Yes.
You wanted to seem altruistic publicly.
Wasn't my interest. My interest is, at the time, if I was being, I did see it as important. There was a question not to speak out Johnny was a bigger star, and they were.
You wanted to be seen as a noble victim of domestic.
I have never wanted to be seen as a victim.
You testified under oath. The entirety of your divorce settlement was donated to charity.
That's correct. I pledged the entirety.
No, Ms. Heard. My questions. You testified under oath. The entirety of your divorce settlement was donated to charity.
That is correct. I pledged the entirety.
Nothing. I'm going to move to strike everything after yes. Under oath, that statement wasn't true, was it, Ms. Heard?
It is true. I pledged the entirety to charity.
The statement.
When you say you buy a house, you don't pay for the entire house. You pay it
I'm
over
not
time.
asking, Ms. Heard.
All right, next. It is true. I pledged the entirety.
But you
to
didn't
charity.
donate it.
Unfortunately, I made the pledge. I want to be very clear. I pledged the entirety. I haven't been able to fulfill those pledges because I've been sued.
You had all of the $7 million for 13 months before Mr. Depp sued you, and you chose not to pay it to the charities you pledged it to. Is that correct, Ms.
I
Heard?
disagree with your characterization of that. Johnny! It was meant to be a safe word, like a word like truce, where you put down the proverbial guns and you say, truce, we're not fighting anymore. Couch was supposed to be a word that we used as a truce. I don't want to fight anymore. You win. Let's stop this. That was the mention of couch, which you heard earlier in a recording.